You are looking at the TFDi MD-11 in a classic Finnair livery. How you doing, everybody? CJ here. I am your classic jet sim pilot, and we're wrapping up Mega Dog May with a very historic flight for this aircraft and for this airframe, as a matter of fact. Lima Golf Alpha was Finnair's very first MD-11 airframe, and hang on, we're going to get back in the cockpit here. Ramp's a noisy place. And their very first revenue flight, and the first revenue flight of the MD-11. Well, that's what we're doing today. Flying from beautiful Helsinki and heading down towards Tenerife. Like I said, the very first, about 6 hours en route. Should be a lot of fun. I've got it planned, but I haven't done anything but load the livery. And watch your ears. We're going to take another quick look at the livery here. I love this classic Finnair livery. It's so simple. Love the cheat line. I actually think it's better than their modern day livery, which you can see in the background. Pretty cool, huh? It's a good looking airplane, and I can't think of a more fitting way to wrap up our little celebration of the MD-11 in recognition of the return of service of the MD-11 to the skies here in the U.S. With FedEx returning them to flight this month. It's been a poignant month, and I'm sure for folks in the aviation industry, a lot of mixed emotions when it comes to this. Certainly a fitting tribute to this airframe, which has served for so many years. As disappointing as it was in passenger service, it certainly, I think, probably exceeded expectations, especially if you asked around at that time, as far as its effect on cargo business. So anyway, yeah, it's going to be fun today. So Helsinki, an airport I don't fly out of very often, but I've been to Helsinki. It's a beautiful city on the right on the sea, and I'm happy to bring it to you today. So let's get into it. We'll start by importing the flight plan. Make sure it is the right flight plan. Let's see, EFHK down to GCTS. There we go. Yep, about 6 hours en route. Looks pretty normal. We'll send the flight plan to the FMC. We'll set the payload and fuel, and we'll go ahead and get things started here. Let's begin by bringing on the battery. Quick safety check. Make sure these are off. Make sure the throttles are closed. Flaps are up. Speed brakes are down. Gear handle is down. High intensity lights. Yeah, let's bring those off. I had to switch in the wrong position there. And the wipers are off, so we can go ahead and bring the external power online.
Autopilot.
And start the IRSs doing their thing. We'll get the cargo smoke test, fire test. And we'll also do the
Engine 1, fire. Engine 2, fire. Engine 3, fire. Engine 1, fire.
excellent. Good test. Okay, we got the nav lights on. We got the beacon off. That's the only light we got on, so that looks good. We'll check our quantities here real quick. Do the acceptance check. Let's go to the engine page. We're there. Oil quantity is good. We'll check the hydraulics here real quick. Looks like the hydraulic quantity is good. And we're already loaded up with fuel, of course, because of the load transfer. Let me bring up the flight plan here. So, we will get this show on the road. Whoops, we want to view it here. Finnair 211 looks good. 121.2, 121.3. That's good. Excellent. Let's go ahead and load up our Navigraph charts too while we're at it. We'll do this flight today with same intentions, I think. Unload. There's our last flight we did in the Mega Dog. Helsinki to Tenerife south. There we are. 22 right. Alright, let's go ahead and get the FMC loaded up here. MD-11, CF6s. We've got a good database. Align IRS. I hear ya. We'll go ahead and click that right now and get that working. Alright. Let me check one thing here real quick. Alright, let's start the process. We did the cargo fire test, is good. The IRSs are aligning. Good CVR test. The galley buses are on and available there. We'll turn cargo temp up. Ignition's off. The wipers are off. Up top here, we'll start the hydraulic self-test. Let that do its thing. We'll bring the emergency power switch to on. Remember, you don't want to be turning that to arm until you've got ground power or the APU running, not just on the battery, because then it'll start running off the emergency power and you'll drain that battery. Not good. We are 200. What was our load today? Let's check it out. 256. So we'll put 260 in there, and that'll work. Quantity test, 18 8s, 10 5s, 1, and then 52 4 there. Looks good. Bring the panel lights up just in case. Emergency lights, we'll go to arm. We'll test the emergency lights. We'll hit the test button. We'll wait for the emergency light test. Okay. Pass, I mean. There it is. No smoking sign goes to auto. Seatbelt sign will remain off for right now. We've got our nav lights on, but that's it, and that's good. We've got no outstanding calls there. Coming back up to the top, we've done our fire test. We'll arm the evac. We'll test the jip whiz with the short test.
Slide slope. Pull up.
Jip whiz fault.
Pull
Jip
up.
whiz lights. Good. No lights on the LSAS, the flight control computers. Cabin pressure system is set to auto. Engine anti-ice, we can leave off. Windshield should be on and norm. No defog. Annunciators we will leave, and we'll test them. We'll go up and down, then we'll look for the air test on the panel here. Make sure no burned out bulbs. Make sure all the displays on the CRTs look good. We got lights down here as well. Wait for the air test. There it goes. Air system test has commenced. It'll let us know if something's wrong. We'll reset the fuel use and reset the engine max pointer. Okie doke. Let's, before we get too far down, I just want to see how chilly it is today. Oh no, it's comfortable. We're about 20 degrees. So no rush to get the APU running at this point. Okay, our flight case should be there. There it goes. Good test. Everything's on. Static air sources, norm. Our weather in Helsinki today. We'll get the ATIS in a bit too. 1020 is the altimeter, so we want hectopascals. magnetic, IAS, heading, feet, vertical speed. Looks good. 1020 is the altimeter setting. There we go. And I like to set 400 feet in here. There we go. Cage the artificial horizon. Standby. We'll go ahead and set the brakes. Let's go ahead and start boarding too while we're at it. We got the new GSX up and running. I have not used it yet. My first opportunity. So hopefully no hiccups with that. Go ahead and set the parking brakes. Brake is on. Pressure's normal. It's down.
Stabilizer. Flap. Flat. Brake. Stabilizer.
We test the configuration warning with the thrust lever 1, 2, and 3. We bring up together just to check for range of motion. Because the third thrust level will not set off the configuration warning. Just 1 and 2. Flaps are down and indicating down. We're good to go there. And we'll set up the radios. We've got ground on 121, 118, 125. And we've got tower will be 118.6. And then ATIS, let's see, 35075.
O2 right, 15. Wind 190 at 6. Visibility 10. View at 3000. Temperature 18. Dew point 11. QNH 1020. Transition level 60. Wake turbulence caution heavy on final approach. Advise on initial contact you have information Delta.
Information Delta.
Helsinki Vantaa Airport. Information Delta. 1550 Zulu. Arriving runways 22 left, 15. Departing runways 22 right, 15. Wind 190 at 6. Visibility 10.
So 22 right it is. Oh, we're not aligned yet. We'll get our squawk code here in a bit. And we'll let the first officer set up their side. All right, let's get the McDo set up. We put in a 0 for the alternate route. That way we... Oh, jet starting up. That way we don't have to... we have the ability to manipulate the alternate fuel requirements. We are 211 today, I believe. Yep. Finnair 211. Let's bring up the flight plan again. Finnair 211, 360. 370. 3 dyno to start with. Temperature is standard. And a minus 29 knots wind component. Headwind of 29. Our cost index is 109. We'll go in there. Flight plan today. We are departing runway 22 right. The Velox for November. Two right. Velox for November. Down to Velox. Looks good. HK 927 to Velox. There we go. And then we're looking at, sorry about that. I was getting a message on my phone. Velox, Nirin, Idpal, Kemax, Astos, Oskev, Lugas, Tudlow, ALS, Direct Kesur, Bados, Niker, Rodin, Burso, Bagib, Desab, Levno, Ulvax, Zumip, Estui, Subal, Nipri, Lepru, Konba, and then the Konba 2. The arrival, we are planning on runway 25. Let's select the approach. Take a look at what we got here. Call it the ILS 25 Kitty. ILS Zulu 25. Oh, we'll call it the Yankee. I don't know what the difference is, but we'll go with Yankee first since Y comes before Z. ILS Yankee, runway 25 from Kitty. And then we are on the Konba to Zulu arrival. Insert it. So there we go. Lepru, Konba. Brick, Araco, Boxco, Yikwe, Ikafu, Lulug, Fema, and then the all the arrival points: 559, 557, 555, 553, 40, 35, 30. And then on to the approach. Kitty, 518. Looks good to me. We'll save it. take a look at our second init page. We are looking at a zero fuel weight today of 345, 471. That should match up with our dispatch here. Yep, 345.5 is our zero fuel weight. 121.3 is our fuel. Taxi fuel will be 2.0. We got a 5% reserve. It's international. Our alternate is 7.5, which gives us a final time, or a final reserve, 11.7. Trip time 97.7, 93.5. Yeah, that's a little much. Let's see. We want, let's call it 8.0, half hour or an hour. There we go. That gives us a little bit extra. This should work out a little better as we can put more information in the box. 97.7. We're planning on 95.3, so that's where the little bit of a discrepancy is coming from. Not a big deal. RI. Let's do our performance. Takeoff and approach. Let's look at that. 22 right. 22 right. We'll get the weather. We'll get the takeoff weight, 464.8. Whoop. Yep, 464.8. Optimum. Packs off. Calculate. Looks like a flaps 10, 59. So, flex 59. Flaps 10. 18C, and minus 0.4, minus 6, minus 0.4, and a 6-knot headwind gives us 36, 55, and 70. 36, 55, and 70 within 3 knots. We'll take it. 36, 55, 70. V-speeds are confirmed. How are we doing on our boarding here? All right. How we doing? See people still coming down the jetway. What if GSX gives us an easier status to see? 139 out of 256. They put it in this screen now. Cool. Okay. Do we have... Let's see, EFIN. Send the login. ATC index. Request. Clearance. see if this works. Actually, this is not the right place to do it. Let's go. All right, I've got that EFHK Echo Fox Hotel Kilo. We've got information Delta. We are at gate Sierra 55. Yep. Yep. Send it. See if we get our clearance this way. If we don't, we shall look elsewhere. But you notice we did connect with ATC for CP DLC, so that's ready to go. And we got to go to reference, ATC com. We got the login accepted. Well, we're not hearing anything, so let's try ground. 18125. 18125. We'll give it a shot. Ground, good afternoon. Finnair 211, stand Sierra 55 with Delta. Clearance to Tenerife, please.
Stand by. You're number one. Finnair 211, Helsinki ground, cleared to Tenerife South via the Vilox 4 November departure runway 22 right. Initial climb to flight level 070. Departure on 119.1 squawk 7672.
Finnair 211 Heavy cleared to Tenerife South. Vilox 4 November departure runway 22 right. Initial climb to flight level 70. Departure 119.1. Will squawk 7672.
Finnair 211, read back correct.
Excellent. 19.1 we have, I already put in there. I would probably put it here just as a reminder since we still got to talk to tower. All right, let's do a checklist as we complete the boarding. Riders' pedal seats are adjusted, windows are closed and locked. O2 mass interphone set and checked. FMS McDo initialized and ready to go and checked. IRSs are should be in nav by now. Let's double check that. Nav. There's the test. And we can also do the TCAS check.
TCAS test. TCAS test passed.
IRSs are nabbed. Hydraulic panel is checked. fuel panel quantity and distribution, 121,300 pounds. Balanced. We can also check it here as well as the upper panel. There it is. Emergency light switch is armed. No smoking sign is on. EVAC switch is armed. FS control panel has been checked. Cabin pressure panels have been checked. Windshield anti-ice. Defog norm on. Defog light is out. Glare shield control panel. Alright, let's get this set up. Data, traffic, airport. Checked all the buttons up here. Our takeoff V-clean is below 250, so we'll put 250 in there. We're departing runway 22 right. I'm just going to throw 220 in here for the moment. 7,000 hours our initial climb. Glacial control panel set and checked. Systems control display control panel is checked. EIS and bugs set and cross-checked. Standby flight instruments are checked. Gear handle lights down for green. Brakes and pressure are parked normal. Flap slide handles up and retract. Throttles are closed. Reversers are down. Takeoff warning's been checked. Fuel switches are off. Weather radar is in standby. Transponders in standby and set. Aileron rudder trim is at 0 and 0. Shoulder harnesses are on. Flight attendant briefing is completed. We are fueled, ready to start the APU, so let's do that. APU's coming on. I'm going to go ahead and get the seatbelt sign on. Status page is good. Nothing unexpected on the display. We could set the auto brake here just to get rid of that. And logbooks and flight forms are reviewed. We are in the proper aircraft. Lima Golf Alpha. All right. We are ready for push and start as soon as boarding is complete. Alright, only a few passengers to go. I'm going to turn up the displays because the default is always a little dim for me. Wait for those last couple. APU should be up and running. Boarding is complete. Looks good. We'll get the bleed going. We'll lose the external power. We'll come over here and the ground services. We'll disconnect the GPU. We'll disconnect the chocks. Take one last look outside. Look at this beauty before we push back. Off of Sierra 55 here at Helsinki. It's very nice scenery. Let's do it. GSX. We will prepare for pushback and departure. Ground Finnair 211, Sierra 55, ready for push and start.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback. Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Helsinki ground, Finnair 211 heavy, ready for push and start. Uh-oh.
Finnair
Oh, there we go.
211, push and start approved. Face northwest.
Push and start approved, face northwest, Finnair 211. Today is an odd day, so we'll do one. Face northwest, so that'll be nose. Well, it'll either be straight back or nose to the right. Or nose to the left, I mean. Let's do a quick edit pushback on the map just to see where they're going to put us. I think we want to end up here. Let's rotate it around. And we'll insert a waypoint here. We'll go to about here, and then they'll tow us forward to there. I like it.
Release parking brakes, please.
Beacon on. Ignition is on Alpha. We've got bleed. Brakes are released. Here we go.
Commencing push.
Close the doors.
Engines clear. Start at wheel.
Here we go. Ignition's ready. Let's turn 3. What do you say? We got a light. N2. Oil pressure. N1. There's fuel. EGT.
Reset parking brakes. Unlocking
Brakes are set. Pressure's normal. Good start on 3. Turning 1. Oil pressure.
tow truck disconnect.
N1.
Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Fuel. EGT. Give her the flash. I see the pins.
Finnair 79er uniform ready to taxi.
Looks like a good start.
Finnair 79er uniform, runway 22 right, taxi via Alpha Charlie, Victor Golf, Zulu Golf, hold short of runway 22 left.
We'll hold on
Runway
starting
22
2
right, taxi via Alpha Charlie, Victor
till we get a
Golf,
little closer out there,
hold short of runway 22 left, Finnair 79er uniform.
because we have a little bit of a taxi. Let's get a closer look at the airport. And load in airport. We could also just do this. Two right. We'll see what kind of route we get. We're probably going to head out of here, head up to the right. Maybe Victor Kilo. Or Victor. I assume that is. And then on over to 22 right. Yeah, a little bit of a taxi, so we'll just hold on that. We'll leave the APU running. We don't need de-ice. We'll go ahead and arm the speed brakes. Flaps. Here come the slats.
Finnair 7 Delta Echo ready to taxi.
I love the
Finnair
slats
7
on this
Delta Echo,
airplane.
runway 22 right, taxi via Alpha Victor, Victor Golf, Zulu Golf, hold short of runway 22 left.
Slats are extended. We'll go to flaps 10.
Runway 22 right, taxi via Alpha Victor, Victor Golf, Zulu
Oh, you
Golf,
know
hold
what?
short of runway 22 left, Finnair 7 Delta Echo.
That's what I didn't do. What do you say we sit in 10 degrees in our dial a flap? Because that's what we have selected. All right, let's try this again. Looks good. And then auto brake is set. So the after start checklist. After start, or taxi checklist, APU is on, hydraulic system is checked. We're good to go with those pumps because system 2 is down. Electrical system is checked. Everything's normal. Air system, again, checked. 2 hasn't been started yet. Fuel system is checked. Anti-ice is checked. The config page is checked. We've got flaps 10. Do the control check. 3, 2 green, 2 green, and 1. 3, 2, and 1. And the stab trim's coming back to 6.7. Taxi check's complete. Ground Finnair 211 Heavy, request taxi.
Finnair 211, runway 22 right, taxi via Alpha Echo, Alpha Whiskey, Alpha Kilo, Alpha Tango, Alpha Victor, Victor Golf, Zulu Golf, hold short of runway 22 left.
My goodness. Runway 22 right via Alpha Echo, Alpha Whiskey, Alpha Kilo, Alpha Tango, Alpha Victor, Victor Golf, Zulu Golf. We'll hold short of 22 left. Finnair 211. So what we can do...
Finnair 7 Delta Echo, cross runway 22 left.
we're good to go.
Cross runway 22 left, Finnair 7 Delta Echo.
All right, Alpha Echo, Alpha Whiskey, Alpha Kilo. Yep. Here we go. Taxi lights on. Here we go. Alpha Echo is this. Alpha Whiskey. Yeah, I'm sort of on Alpha Echo. This left turn will take me to Alpha Whiskey. Yep, so here's Alpha Whiskey, and then we'll turn right on Alpha Kilo, which will be a right turn up ahead. Hardest part of the flight is the taxi out. Here's Alpha Kilo. We'll make the right-hand turn there. At least they've got nice markings. If you taxi correctly, that rear center bogey will remain on the center line as much as possible. That keeps the airplane centered in the taxi lane. Notice how even though I turned really late, it still was a little early. It's a big, long airplane with a nose wheel really far behind you. Not such a big deal when you've got an empty ramp like this, but
Finnair 7 Hotel Charlie, taxi to the gate.
Alpha Kilo.
Finnair 7 Hotel Charlie, taxi to parking via Zulu Hotel, Zulu Victor Hotel, Alpha Victor.
Alpha Tango is next.
Zulu Hotel, Zulu Victor Hotel, Alpha Victor, Finnair 7 Hotel Charlie.
Alpha Tango's the next right. Could use a marking here on the pavement, but there is a marking over here, which I can't quite read, and there's signs way over here. But Alpha Tango, according to taxi diagram, is this right. So we'll make the turn. Yep, Alpha Tango. Then Alpha Victor is next. Alpha Victor. Maybe the next left. I think that's where that looks like an Airbus just came from. Oh, this turns into Alpha Victor. Never mind. Alpha Victor to Victor Golf Zulu Golf. Alpha Victor. So I'm going to stay on this. He should be yelling at me. I don't have my transponder on. Victor Golf Zulu Golf. Well, I can't go much farther ahead. So Alpha Golf. I mean, I kind of got to turn here. Oh yeah, Alpha Victor. I turn left here, because that's Alpha Charlie in that direction. What's that sign? Yeah, Alpha Victor. I feel like they're keeping me off active taxiways a whole lot. My taxi reputation precedes me. Let's go ahead and get 2 started. And 2. Golf Zulu. Golf. That's max motoring. Fuel. EGT. We got oil pressure. I know I'm taxiing really slow right now. Picking it up. Buzz. Like that livery. That's fun. Looks like a good start. Alright. I'm guessing Golf Zulu Golf. Oh, I missed a turn. Oh well. Dang it. I did. That's what I get for using a chart that I'm looking at that I don't have.
Finnair 211, cross runway 22 left, then continue taxi via Papa Golf, Golf, Whiskey Golf.
Cross 22 left, Papa Golf, Whiskey Golf for Finnair 211. Alright, cleared to cross. Not really the route they want, but whatever. That is on me, Henri. Get the lights on as we cross the active here. I see nobody. It's clear left. Alright, 3 good starts. Shut the APU down. Still no anti-ice required. Speed brakes are armed. Auto brakes are on takeoff. Flaps are 10. Alright. We'll cross here and we'll do our before takeoff check. We'll just take Delta all the way up. I'm sure those of you that know this airport were going, you missed the turn. Alright, let's get nav and prof armed. Nav armed, prof armed. Before takeoff checklist goes something like this. GCP is set and checked. Anti-ice is off. Trim 6.7. And set. Spoiler is armed. Brakes are at takeoff. Flats and slaps. 10, 10, 10. Takeoff data and bugs. Runway 22 right. 136, 155, 170. EAD alerts are checked green. Takeoff PA has been completed. Transponder and lights to go. Whoops. And we will bring up the chart we need to here. And then we'll pull up the departure chart here in just a second. Flight level 70 is our first altitude. And it will be a runway track to 2.5 DME, a right turn to 273, to that Hotel Kilo 451, and then on our way. So if we wanted to, and I want to, nav, HEL, put in here. VOR1. There it is. So 5.3. Or 2.5. I can't read. 2.5. There's Whiskey Delta. Although you wanted us on Whiskey Golf, which is probably this one. So we'll go there. What we can do is go here. And then we'll get on Whiskey Golf. .5, right turn.
Finnair 211, contact tower on 119.7.
Over to tower 19.7, Finnair 211. Tower, good afternoon. Finnair 211 Heavy. We are ready for departure. 22 right.
Finnair 211 Heavy, Helsinki Tower, runway 22 right, winds 180 at 6, cleared for takeoff.
22 right, cleared for takeoff. Finnair 211. All right. Lights.
Finnair Niner Delta Zulu, contact ground on 118.125.
Camera.
118.125 for ground. Finnair Niner Delta Zulu.
And action. The clock will start automatically, and the Apex will turn themselves off. We'll get lined up, and then we'll make like a tree and get out of here. Are you ready?
Finnair 8 Sierra Mike, runway 22 left, winds 200 at 7, clear to land.
Clear to land, 22 left, Finnair 8 Sierra Mike.
We burn less than 2,000 pounds in the taxi, so our fuel is not insufficient. I'll clear that message. We'll arm the auto throttle.
On runway 2.
Here we go.
Right, remaining 9,000.
35, 55, 70. We're looking for 99.9. Thrust is set. 100 knots. V1. Rotate. Positive rate. You're up. That's a stupid sound. The cash register sound. That's from the GSX update. I don't know why it's sounding when you rotate. Here's our 2.5. We're making the right turn to heading 273.
Finnair 211, contact Helsinki radar on 119.1.
Departure on 119.1, Finnair 211. Flying the airplane first. Departure, good afternoon. Finnair 211, 3000, climbing to flight level 70.
Finnair 211, Helsinki radar identified. Climb flight level 070, direct Hotel Kilo 451.
Direct Hotel Kilo 451, flight level 70, Finnair 211. Flaps up. Slats retract. Speed checks.
Finnair 211, climb flight level 220.
Flight level 220, Finnair 211. And away we go. Flaps are up. Speed brakes.
Stabilizer motion.
Finnair 211, contact Helsinki control on 127.425.
127.425, Finnair 211. Helsinki, good afternoon. Finnair 211, 7.5, climbing to flight level 220.
Finnair 211, Helsinki control identified. Turb.
Okay, after takeoff checklist says spoilers are disarmed, gears up, no lights. Auto brake selector's off. No smoking is still in auto. Landing lights are just coming off now.
Stabilizer
We'll get the rest of the lights through 18. EAD alerts checked. After takeoff checklist complete. Accelerate now to 310 knots for our climb. As we turn to head direct Hotel Kilo 927 on the departure. And we are off like a herd of turtles on our way to Tenerife South. The very first passenger revenue flight of the MD-11. We have a message. We've got mail. Climb, maintain flight level tree 00. We will accept. Flight level tree 00 it is. We can lose the VOR display. We don't need it anymore. And since we're through 10, we can copy the active. We can clear anything we hard-tuned. And we can ensure optimum max 391, and we're not we're good to go. We're not going above 390, so we are good. Clear, copy, and climb. My American brain is so used to flight levels at 18. All right, we'll get the lights off, and I think we are good for the climb. Oh, we got a message. So we will go to reference, ATC com, climb and maintain flight level tree 60. We will accept. 3, 6, 0. All right. We are on our way. Going through some clouds. We'll get our anti-ice on. Try to get above this overcast. In fact, let's bring our radar on. Yeah, it looks like we're through most of it. On our way up to 360. Coming up on Valox. Next waypoint is Naren. Yeah, and then when we get out here, because we're westbound, at some point, at Niker, we can go to 360 and Bierso 390. There's Niker. So I wonder why that's where we go to 3, because we're still westbound. So for direction of flight, that doesn't seem right to me. Here's another message. They are busy. Reference. ATC comms. Yeah, it's not this one. How is it not giving me what I need over here? Reference, ATC comm. Oh, this is why. Contact Talon. Control 122.13. We will accept. Response send. Oh, that's what it did. It automatically did it. 122 decimal. What was it? 12213. Now, normally handoffs are done via voice, from my experience, and then yeah, see, the first officer automatically switched us over to Echo Echo Tango Tango, or there was a handoff accepted, done automatically within, which is interesting. I'll just try voice real quick. Talon Control, good afternoon. Finnair 211, flight level tree 00, climbing tree 60.
Finnair 211, tolling control identified, heavy, ill-taps IV.
Not sure what he said after that. Maybe it was a greeting in Estonian. Alright, I can lose the de-ice. There are the anti-ice. We are above the clouds. On our way up to tree 60. There's our 360 marker.
Finnair 2 Hotel Alpha, descend and maintain flight level 230, cleared for the Lakut 7 Alpha arrival into Helsinki. Out of current altitude for flight level 230, cleared for the Lakut 7 Alpha arrival into Helsinki, Finnair 2 Hotel Alpha.
Hey, Brian, are you there? Brian's my first officer.
Yes, I'm here, CJ. Let me know if you need anything.
We'll do it. Sorry I haven't used you so far this flight.
No worries, CJ. I'm here to help whenever you need.
In fact, why don't you go ahead and take over the comms right now?
I'll take over the comms now, CJ.
There you go. Brian has got the comms. Through 18, wing and turn off. Lights are off. We can put the dial a flat back to 15. And departure report we don't need to do. So we are good to go. All right, let's buckle in. Not much to look at with this overcast. But we'll buckle in for our leg all the way to Tenerife South. So we'll get leveled off here at 360. Alright, coming up on 1,000 to go. It's a good time to dial the vertical speed down to 1,000 feet per minute, and we're basically there, so no need to move it any further. We'll go ahead and get leveled off. We'll let the folks in back loose, and then we'll rig the airplane for the long trip down to the Canary Islands. Got some traffic ahead, only 400 feet above us, like at our same altitude. Not sure I'm a fan of that. We'll see how close we get. He's still 40 miles away. Maybe he's climbing or descending.
Control, Finnair 67 Golf, flight level 320. Finnair 67 Golf, radar contact.
Yeah, he's pretty much at our altitude. So, we'll see what's going to happen here. See what ATC has in mind. It's coming at us fast. What's our ground speed? 450. We're doing 480 true. You can see the contrail. Oh yeah, he's descending. Love the contrails. Anyway, I want to keep it. All right, now he's 1,000 feet below us. We're good to go. All right.
Finnair 2 Hotel Alpha, contact Sweden Control on 124.43. 124.43, Finnair 2 Hotel Alpha, see ya.
Do a quick run through the systems pages, just make sure nothing weird is happening. 3 good pumps, 3 good pressures. Electrical, the generators are each carrying a good load and producing power. Good bleed activity going on. Cabin altitude is good. Fuel, we're in good shape here. We've pumped a little to that rear tank, which is appropriate. And nothing of consequence on the status page. Here comes that traffic right under us. That's always fun, huh? Okay, we are ready, and we are set up for our cruise down to Tenerife South. Nothing much more to do here now for the next 2,600 miles or so. See on our progress page, got about 25/70ths to go. Our estimated time into the airport is 15:43 Z, right about 6 hours from now. So sit back, relax, enjoy the flight, and yeah, we'll be back with you in the descent, or if something interesting happens. Here we go. Well, welcome back. We are back. We are back. And I'm just playing with the shades around here. We are about, I don't know, 10 minutes from top of descent, talking to Canaris Control and Canaris Control, and we are yeah, we're doing great. We are right on time. We're a little short on fuel, not by much though. We're about 1,000 pounds light of fuel. We've got plenty of extra. Going to be landing runway 7 now at Canaris, Tenerife. Good time to review the approach since we're going to start down in about 10 minutes. So, let's let me bring over the arrival. Uno momento, por favor. Wrong airport. We are coming in on the Conba 1 Golf. Here it is. So, a couple interesting things. I love the approach into this airport because you come in between the two islands, and the two islands, like, this is a 12,000 foot, 12,000 foot peak here. It's pretty amazing. So as you come through here, you're well below the top of it, and this is no slouch over here. It's a couple thousand feet high. I don't remember exactly how tall it is. 6,000-ish, right? And we got the sea, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, yeah, up to 6,000, up to 6,000 feet is that contour interval. So up to 2,000 feet is the black, 4,000 is the first gradient, and 6,000 is the next gradient. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12,000. Yeah, pretty cool. And then this little island up here is pretty good here. 2, 4, 6, so 8,000-ish foot peak there. Anyway, interesting to note, there is a demarcation line just past Comba, which we are past already, which tells us that 250 knots at or below flight level 100 once you're past this line. Sort of interesting to note, this is not to scale, so we don't know exactly where this sits, other than we're well above 10,000 feet as we come across here on our way in, so it really doesn't matter. Once we're past Conba and descending to make Yique at between 110 and flight level 80, we're going to be well under 250 knots because of Boxco as well, so not a big deal. But yeah, so we'll come over Comba, Araco, Ikafu, and then we'll see how our altitude is, but we may go direct to Zanos. I don't know. We'll see how we feel. The scenery is pretty cool around here, so a lot of times I use that time to look outside. But we will get to Zanos, right, off of the arrival, Tango Sierra 710, pass over the VOR, and land on runway 7. Our minimums are 1,270 feet above sea level, so we can put that in here. 1,270 feet. It'll take a minute to dial it up. 1270. Goes right in. Whoop. The acceleration takes you right past it, doesn't it? 1270. There we are. And pretty straightforward ILS approach, nothing fancy. We'll come across Tango Sierra 710 at about 2,500 feet. We'll probably hit the glide slope out here.
375, descend and maintain. Flight level 110.
But
Cleared for the Laris 1 Lima arrival into Tenerife.
Glide slope intercept.
Descending to flight level 110. Cleared for the Laris 1 Lima
Be our
arrival
final approach
into
fix.
North Canary 375.
And we're going to need to start down here pretty soon. How far away from the top of descent are we? Flight plan. Top of descent, 1506. Yeah, we're about 6 minutes away. If we do need to go missed, again, fairly straightforward. Runway heading up to DME 9 off of TFS, and then a right turn with a max of 185 knots to intercept and follow the 11 DME arc. And then at the 138 radial TFS, we turn left to intercept and follow the 148 radial to Couture, and then hold. Let's not go missed. How about that? So, what we can do here is make sure we are set up. Navrad. We can put... I thought I deleted that earlier. Did I not? Anyway, Tango Foxtrot Sierra is what we want in there. Tango Foxtrot Sierra is what we want in there. And the course, it's the DME arc to the 148 degree radial. So we could have just done that right away. Slant 148. We will put in there. And
Binter 37 Tango. Charlie contact, Lisbon Center.
and we are pretty much ready to go with that. Our takeoff and approach speeds. We've got 11,000 and 11,000 foot runway.
132.255C, Binter 37 Tango Charlie.
So we can go to performance. We've got our landing. Runway 7. We'll get the wind. It was calm winds last we checked. It still is 20 degrees. 1018 is the altimeter. There we go. And our landing weight. We are looking at, let's see, 24,000 pounds was our landing fuel. That prop page. Yep, 24 by 27.3, so call it 3,000 pounds less. So we'll call it 370,000 pounds. Let's see what it comes up with. Yep, that's about right. Long runway, but they do want us to make that Bravo 3 turn off. So we probably go to flaps 50. And min auto brake should be 4,500 feet, and we need it to be about 7,000 feet to make that turn off. So I think that looks good. So that is what we will do. So we'll come down here. We'll set our brakes to min. Gran Canaris radar, Finnair 211, request descent.
Finnair 211. Descend via Comba 1 Golf to 3000 into Tenerife South, QNH 1017.
All right, descend via the Conba 1 Golf to 3,000 feet, and QNH 1017 for Finnair 211. All right, descend via all the way down to 3. I love it. Got it. 3,000 is in the box. Profile to 3,000 feet. Right now we're a hold at 39,000, and that will change as we approach the top of descent. So we're doing good. We've got our landing data in. We discussed the ILS approach. Good weather in Tenerife. What was it? Oh, we got it down here actually. Yeah, wind variable at 1 knot. Good visibility. Scattered at 2,000 feet. Temperature 202.15. 1018. No significant weather. The ATIS, however, is 118,675. Let's have the arrival up. 118,675. We can always dial it in if we like. 118,675.
Canair for Delta Mike. Descend and maintain. Flight level 120.
And temperature 20.
Descending to flight level 120, Canal 4 Delta Mike.
QNH 1018. Transition level 70. Advise on initial contact. You have information Tango.
We have Tango.
Tenerife Sur Airport.
And cash.
Information Tango. 2200 Zulu. Arriving and departing runway 07. Wind calm. Visibility 10. Scattered at 2000. Temperature 20, dew point 15. QNH 1018. Transition level 70. Advise on initial contact you have information Tango.
Sounds pretty familiar to me. Here's our descent start. Throttles are coming back. Oh, now they're coming up. And we shall begin our descent. They like continuous descents here at Tenerife. There's a city. The main city lays right along the coast here, so they want continuous descents and they want minimal reverser use, and the APU has to be shut down within 2 minutes of arriving at the gate, unless you have special permission. And you cannot start the APU until you're within 5 minutes of push. So very noise sensitive area. Place I would love to visit, by the way. I think it would be fantastic. I know several people that have gone. It's fairly, easily reachable from the U.S. It's not a super long flight. Long enough, but yeah, I really would love to go. Oh, you know what? I may be thinking of the Azores, because the Azores are a little closer. Anyway, I do want to go to the Canary Islands. Tenerife is such a famous place and an infamous place in aviation. But anyway. So, we're all briefed up. We're ready to go. We are back on the profile. We're doing good. We're supposed to be holding around Mach 8.3 until we get to 330 knots, and then we'll hold that. So we are in good shape. Here's our radial off the VOR. Because if we go missed, we're going to go missed, follow the DME arc around to that radial, and then take it out to the missed approach, the hold point. And all the way down to 3,000. That is the bottom of the descent, so I like it. Say Intentions did that quite well. We are just coming up on Araco, about 40 miles out, so we're up here. What is it, 90 miles? Yeah, so we're about halfway. It should appear on the map here pretty quick. Then we'll make the left turn to Boxco, and Boxco we need to be at 250 knots. The runway, I think I already said, it's almost 11,000 feet long, so we got plenty of room. But according to the airport briefing, which is a chart you should always take a look at. Let me show you, in case you haven't done that before. When you pull up the charts in SimBrief, you go to Taxi, and they have the airport briefing. And here's the arrival chart. And the arrival chart has a lot of really good information. Here's the noise abatement procedures. So we need to be equal or higher than the ILS-GP or the PAPI. That's what they want you to do. And then at nighttime, you need to, if you're using runway 25, you need to turn, initiate the left turn 225 before the TFS 10 DME arc. Here's what I was saying before. If you're on the descent, you want to be in a continuous descent as much as possible. That's pretty common for Europe. So as few as level offs as possible, right? That helps keep your power down. We report to ATC when the runway is vacated. There's some vacate times or runway occupancy times here. Here's the taxi procedures. We always access the apron or parking stand with the follow me vehicle guidance from the appropriate gate. Simultaneous.
Finnair 211 cleared. Zanos transition. Expect the ILS Yankee runway 7 approach into Tenerife South. And have you got information Tango?
Finnair 211, that is affirmative, sir. We have information Tango, and we are cleared the Zanos transition. We'll expect the ILS Yankee runway 7. Simultaneous entries of the aircraft into adjacent stands are not permitted, nor is entry into a stand when a simultaneous pushback from an adjacent stand. And then, let's see, there was another page. Here's the continued briefing. We could pin these and make it a little easier to navigate, but I've already read them. Code F. Taxi routing for those stands we're not using. We're not doing the RNP. Wind shear, there's a lot of wind shear, orographic wind shear, meaning from that mountain. So it's good to know. And there you go. Oh, here's the general briefing as well. So this is nice to know. So this is the ATIS, noise abatement, avoid overflying. The city areas. Here's low visibility operations. Obviously, they're very sensitive to low visibility operations at Tenerife. Yeah, so those airport briefing pages are good to review and good to understand. Okay, let's go back to our arrival chart. We are approaching Araco. We'll decrease the range on our nav display here. We'll be making the turn here shortly. And we should... Actually, let's see if we can... No, that's sort of the wrong angle. Oh, there's our first island. So, yeah. So that could be... Yeah, we're looking at... That's the big island we're looking at. We're looking right out here. So that's where we're going to end up. In fact, let's take a look. Probably see it a little better over here. There's the big island. And there's the big mountain. It's in the middle of it. It goes up to 13,000 feet. So we're going to make a left turn and kind of head towards this point here in a second. Pretty cool. And there is an island past it. You can kind of see it in the background. So, I don't know. Gran Canaria is the island behind it, maybe. And Tenerife is the city and island here. And you've got Tenerife North and Tenerife South. We're going into Tenerife South. And then over on the right-hand side is La Palma. Not going to see it quite as much over here, but yeah, it's that island there.
Finnair 211. Contact Tenerife South. Approach on 127.7.
127.7 is Tenerife South approach for Finnair 211. 127.7. My co-pilot, first officer, has it all set up for me. Tenerife South approach. Good afternoon, Finnair 211 Heavy. We're descending through 177 on the Conbig 1 Golf arrival, and we have Tango.
Finnair 211 Heavy, Tenerife South approach identified. Good afternoon, appreciate Tango, thank you.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Say Intentions has really improved the delay and the quality of many of the voices. In fact, it almost sounds too good. It sounds a little less radio-like.
Finnair 211 Heavy, contact Canaries Control on 135.1.
Canaries Control 135.1 for Tenerife, or for Finnair 211 Heavy. That's odd. All right, back to Tenerife Control. just as I was complimenting SI. Tenerife, good afternoon. Finnair 211 Heavy, flight level 172 descending.
Finnair 211, Canaries control identified. Good afternoon.
Okay, we're heading towards the big island with the big mountain in the middle of it, just like we expected. Island out in the middle of the Atlantic. Well, not out the middle, but kind of out in the middle. And we are doing good. 24,000 pounds is what we want on arrival. Looking good there. And yeah, 23,000 pounds. It is just fine. Let's do our descent checklist. The McDo is set for descent. The FMS McDo set for descent and arrival. Shoulder harnesses are on. Sure they are. Air panels set. Pressurization's been checked. Anti-ice is off. Landing data is prepared. Through 180, the wing and runway takeoff lights are on. Status page is clear. And through 10,000, we'll do the sterile cockpit. Alright, it wants us to slow down. We're getting a little fast. We need to be at 250 knots, so I'm bringing the speed brakes out. One good little hint, I know I've mentioned it before, but when your speed brakes are out, leave your hand on the speed brake lever. That way you don't forget about it. The only reason your hand comes off the speed brake lever, really, is if you need to bring the throttles up. Which you shouldn't do until you bring the speed brakes down. Computer's a little different because we manipulate things like a mouse and stuff, but still a good habit to get into so you don't forget them. So my hand is staying right there. We are slowed down nicely. I'm going to bring our range down a little bit on our display. Hand back to the speed brake. I've got 1/3 of the speed brakes out. At our next arrival, next point on the arrival, we need to be at well, we just passed Yique, which is above flight level 110, so that's good. Ikafu is our next. Bring the chart over. Ikafu is next, 220 knots between flight level 100 and 080. Our clean min is 191 knots. Throttles are coming up, speed brakes are going in. You want to keep an eye on those thrust levers when your speed brakes are out. It's not as quick to let you know they're out. Coming up on 10,000, lane lights are coming out. We are all lit up except for the taxi light. We're going to go ahead and get the seatbelt sign on. And we'll ding the flight attendant, let them know the cockpit is now sterile and they need to prep for arrival. Starting our turn, 220 knots. We are slowing. I'm going to bring the slats out just to help. Slats are out. Next is Tango Sierra 769 between flight level 70 and 6,000. The transition level is flight level 70, so once we're below 7, we can go to the altimeter setting, which is 1018. Here's the island. The airport's up over here. We're going to make a right turn here, and we'll have this island in view here. Just a minute. get some outside shots. Wish I could move this over. Oops, wrong one. There we go. Look at that. How cool is that? Get our landing lights out. The big island. 13,000 foot peak right there. We're about to start the turn. That'll put us right by La Palma. Well, that's not La Palma. That is... I can't read it. La Gomera? Maybe? I don't know. It's beautiful, whatever it is. Sounds like we're speeding up to start our turn. Here we go. How about that? Pretty cool. Love it. Alright, starting our turn. We got some altitude to lose anyway. Between 7 and 6, we're below 7. We can go to 1018. Need to be above 4 at the next waypoint, which we are going to make, no problem. La Gonera? Gomera. Again, I don't know if that's a city or if that is a what's the name of the island? And La Palma in the background, way back up here, that we saw on the way in. That is so cool. 210 knots. Just going to put a slight descent in, 300 feet a minute. I don't think noise is much of a concern when we're out here over the water. Need to be above 3,000, which we have 3,000 already set as our minimum, so no worries there. Just keep a nice constant descent going from 7 to 3, 4, 8 minutes at 500 feet a minute. I'll just set it at 500 feet a minute. Here we are, flap 50. With calm wind, we're looking at a V approach at 143 with a ref of 138. So we will call it 148 for the that's the +5 off of ref. So we're good. 143. So used to adding 5 on every other airplane other than the Airbus. But even then, I was reading about some Airbus techniques about when to change that VF speed. Pretty interesting. Anyway, 143 flaps, 50 landing. We'll make the turn here in just a moment. Here's the turn. On our way down to 3,000. That livery is just it's so simple, clean, classic.
How
about that?
Finnair 211, 24 miles from FI-07. Turn left heading 070. Descend altitude 2,100 feet until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 7 approach.
Turn left heading 070, descend and maintain 2,100 feet till established on the localizer. Cleared ILS runway 7 approach for Finnair 211. So we could do this 070, but 070 is not gonna. That's not a. Well, I see what it's doing. It's because this is more or less a constant turn. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna stay on this heading. We're gonna just descend to 3,000 feet. There's an airplane out there, 1,000 feet below us, and because we're not picking up the ILS quite yet, and that turn will more or less put us on final that we're already on. So no big deal to turn to the 070 because that's what we're doing anyway. Feet below us. All right, the aircraft is tuning in 109.7, 109.7 it is. We should start picking up the localizer here pretty soon. Yeah, so had we turned to 070 like he said, we'd still be on this nav course, so that all works out. We've done the serial cockpit and glacial control panel is set and checked. Lights are on. Status, or I'm sorry, EIS and bugs set and cross-checked. ILS ident is India Tango Sierra. India Tango Sierra 073 1097. Looks good. EAD alerts, there are none. Before landing, as Chet is to the line, complete to the line. We'll wait for the localizer to come in. We're descending nicely to 3,000 feet. In fact, we can keep it going to 25. He descended us to 2,100. Just increase our rate of descent just a hair, so we hit 2,500 about here. We're still below the RNAV computed glide path. There's our localizer. We'll let that come in. I think we'll slow it to 210. That'll bring the throttles back. As long as we're above 3 at Zanos, which we are, the localizer is slowly coming in. Looks like we've got just a slight left turn when we get to Tango Sierra 710. Yeah, because we're on a 070 and 073. So that's why the localizer is a hair off. It'll start coming in and we should hook up with it right here at Tango Sierra 710. We've got a good glide slope now. If we wanted to, I don't know if it's simulated properly.
Canair 8 Juliet Charlie, descend and maintain flight level 080. Cleared for the Lorpo to Zulu arrival into Gran Canaria.
We've got 1,000 to go.
At current altitude for flight level 080. Cleared for the Lorpo to Zulu arrival into Gran Canaria.
I'm going to slow our descent rate since we're below the glide slope. Bring us down to 190. We'll go to 191, which is our minimum clean speed. localizers coming in. I'm not hitting the localizer button yet because it's so close. I don't want the airplane to take a turn left to try to intercept it and then come back to the right. So I'm just going to wait a little longer. When it's much closer to centered up, I will do that. So we don't have the approach armed yet. And I'm in no rush either because we're still well below the glide slope. There's runways in sight. We're in these 2,000-foot clouds. Remember we had 2,000 scattered? Check. Here comes the localizer right at Tango Sierra 710 like we were talking about. And then we'll take up a 7.3 degree heading. I'm going to go ahead and select a land. There's the loc. Land is armed.
Finnair 211. Contact Tenerife South Tower on 11.0.
119.0 is Tenerife Tower for Finnair 211. Bye-bye. 1190, there we go. Tenerife South, Finnair 211 Heavy, ILS, runway 7.
Finnair 211 Heavy, Tenerife Sur Tower, Roger, continue approach runway 07.
Continue approach runway 7, Finnair 211. All right, we are on the RNAV computed glide path, and here comes this glide path, so that's good. We'll go to flaps 15.
Finnair 211 Heavy, runway 07, winds 210 at 3, cleared to land.
Runway 7, clear to land, Finnair 211 Heavy. Go to flaps 28. We'll slow to our final approach speed 143. Here's glide slope intercept, gear down. Flaps 35.
Stabilizer motion.
And we'll keep it rolling to flaps 50. Speed checks. Flaps 50.
Stabilizer motion.
Before landing checklist. Gear is down and 4 green. Auto brakes are set to min. Spoilers are armed. Flaps and slats 50. 50. 143 is our target speed. 143 is where we're at. Let's get another shot outside. There we are. Look at that bad boy with those flaps 50. That's a lot of flappage, my man. Alright, let's get back in the cockpit. There might be an airplane there. I'm going to match up the throttles to the match up the thrust levers to where they are on the display over here. You've got throttle position indicators. It's nice to have. There's our minimums. Continue. My airplane.
Approaching runway 7.
Take the throttles as well. 143 is what we're aiming for. I'm going to power up just a hair. Looking good. Getting a little low. Getting a little slow. Not a good combo. Bring the power up just a little bit. Maybe about 700-800 feet a minute descent.
500.
Getting a little fast. Bring the power back just a hair.
400. 400. 400.
Heard you the first time.
300.
I don't want to crunch the nose down, even though I'm a little high, slightly high. Well, now I'm high, but we're good. Visual.
100, 50, 40, 30, 20,
Flare.
10.
Power back. Hold that nose up. Here we go. Reversers are green. Spoilers are up. Knots. 40 knots. Stow the reversers. Make the turn off.
Finnair 211, exit at Bravo 4 available. Contact ground on 121.9er.
121.9 is ground for Finnair 211. We are clear. 121.9. Ground, good afternoon. Finnair 211 Heavy, clear of runway 7. Taxi to Juliet 1.
Finnair 211, Tenerife Sur ground. Taxi to main apron gate. J1 via Bravo 4 Tango, Delta 5. Good day.
Bravo 4 Tango Delta 5 for Finnair 211. Thank you. Just what I thought. We're on Bravo 4 now. This is Tango, the parallel.
Finnair 211, taxi to main apron gate J1 via Bravo 4 Tango Delta 5.
Taxi to Juliet 1 via Bravo 4 Tango Delta 5, Finnair 211. I thought that's what I said. All right. Turn the radar off. Look at that terrain. Pretty nifty. This is Tango. I will show you. Ooh, that was a bad stutter. Bravo 4 is my exit. Tango is the main parallel. And we'll go in Delta 5, takes us right to Juliet 1. Just the way I drew it up. So, I don't know about the scenery. This scenery was a good scenery, but it was made for 2020, so I am not 100% how good it will be in 24. But as you can see, we're giving it the old college try. I think there's some terrain issues. That was what was stopping me. I don't think the sim actually stuttered. I think the plane came to a stop. So, we'll just keep it rolling. Somebody's got to come out here and do the mowing around the fire station. Go ahead and get the APU fired up, knowing we have to have it shut down pretty quickly after arriving at the gate. Lights are off after landing. Reverse indications are extinguished. Landing lights are off. High intensity lights are off. Brakes and pressure have been monitored. Flats and slats up and retracted. Spoiler handle is down. Stabilizer trim. 3 nose up. Three degrees nose up, transponder goes to standby. Airplane stays on the center line. Let me shut the brake off. What'd I miss? Transponder weather radar is off. So we can let the center engine cool down. I'll shut. We'll shut it down before we make the turn into the gate at Delta 5, or Delta 5, which is the next right-hand taxiway in between a bunch of these parking spots. It's right here. We're going to let it shut down too. APU power is available. I'm going to bring. We'll leave the light off for now. We'll do that at the stand. Juliet 1 is clear. That's what we want. I'm not sure why the plane's slowing down so hard when I make turns. That's not typical. I wonder if that has something to do with the scenery. I wonder if the surface is something that's specified in the scenery and that the MD-11 is reading it as something a little more friction. Or it's just terrain. I don't know. Anyway, the scenery actually looks okay. Love the old Tenerife sign sitting up there. Let the passengers know that you know what you're doing, or you got lucky. That Iceland Air looks pretty cool. Boy, that's a hike in a 737. Do they really run 737s from Iceland to Tenerife? Oof. Then we turn off lights. Are off. Taxiway light is off. Coming in on Juliet 1. Oh, I never selected it. Darn it. J. Select from map. Juliet 1. Select. No. Oh, we're using Iberia? Okay. See where it parks me. I did not load a GSX profile. Oh no, I take that back. I should have one because I've had this airport for a while. I can't see. Oh. Set the parking brake. We got air. And we will shut them down. Let them up. Below 10%. We are. Beacon off. Our other lights can remain on. We'll get the windshield heat. And we will ask GSX to deboard. Request deboarding. Parked a bit askew. You're a bit askew. Oof. That's where they parked me. What do you want? What you want from me? Alright, once we got the gate. And we can go to services. Connect the GPU. Set the wheel chocks. Cargo doors are moving. Let's open two left. Oh, I like the flashing as the doors are in motion. And we'll start the deboard. Yeah. You got the moving and the flashing. That's kind of cool. And we'll start the deboard process. Well, there you have it, folksies. The very first revenue passenger flight, Finnair Flight 211, Helsinki down to Tenerife. And man, was that a beautiful approach, huh? Hey, listen, this is I can't think of a better way to wrap up Mega Dog May here with the TFDi MD-11 and doing that classic historic route with this beautiful Hughes livery. Thanks to Hughes for making this livery available to everybody who has the TFDi MD-11. It is such a classic, clean, beautiful livery, and happy to have made the flight with you today. So I am CJ. I'm your classic jet sim pilot. We got some cool stuff coming up. So until then, keep the shiny side up.